Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Chase. Hope you're having a great day and had a nice weekend. And I was thinking along the same lines of you about prayers today for Ukraine. I just saw an update on the people in Florida. But it's true, there's people all around the world that are having uproars and problems and not living a peaceful life. So I also pulled cards for today. So let me call in everybody. So we'll welcome Mother and Father, all the angels, the archangels, and all the ascended masters to come and join us on this journey. And for those that are in study and in learning, to come and to listen and to grow with us. And let's do our mantra. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. Take a breath. So, going back to where I was. So the first thing I decided to do was to choose a card from my Archangel Michael deck. And here we are thinking about the world, and the world card comes forward. You can see Michael sitting there in the middle. And he says, a job well done. The world card usually represents having peace come to a lesson, joy, contentment, and gratitude, and that you're on the path to enlightenment. So I thought, well, let me draw two more cards to know more about it. And the next card was, let's remember we're thinking about the world here, expecting the worst, a self-fulfilling prophecy, sleepless nights. So it's telling us that as much as we're wanting that, we're also feeding the negative side in our worry and our concern. So that's the main goal here is we can't stay in this. We have to know this is done. See, that's what evolution's about, how you manage the energy of the mind. This is, of course, this will be the result. And this is learning how to manage with patience and understanding and believing in the truth what might come true. Good morning, Prime 3. And then finally, it's a card, a King of Fire. Motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. And listen to what it says, the third card. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with your visions and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. And how different action, participation, does that give you in life? So let's put all three here together if I can. So first, certainly our wish comes true. And we're congratulated for it. We want to pray for the world and make everything work out right. And then it's the concern about how the mind can go into a destructive ego, following it into the fear, and not be able to sleep at night and not feel settled in your digestion because you're not digesting your world. And then finally, it brings you the support you need. to be participating in that light, become motivational, ambitious, have charisma, to focus, focus, focus. And I think those are words that you need to bring into yourself more often. What am I focusing on? Are you focusing on the negative and the things that are looking disruptive? Or are you using that energy to ignite your passion to become a leader? And it advises that you talk to someone creative. But isn't that dragon of fire beautiful? Let me see if I can bring it up closer. Yeah. So, in that understanding, and we're trying to mix the world with the air and the fire. Certainly there's been plenty of fire around everywhere. So we're going to start a prayer here with the three of us, Mother, Father, Son, right? And welcome whoever comes after we start. So as we open our root chakra and get ever so deeper into our wonderful experience of the earth, of Mother, the welcomingness, the open heart, the love. And what I see here is from the office of Mother, many other mothers joining the Supreme Mother in this prayer, that all have work with her being done individually, but for this moment, it's a time for us all to become in union. That's right, in union. And then we take all this light that we can touch and feel in the root and bring it all the way up to our crown, like the umbrella of protection above our head. As above, so below, and as within. And this is where we focus. This is where we take the thought that we want for our world. We want peace for Ukraine, healing, a balance for their life to return, and accomplishment to come into their hearts. And all the other areas in the world that are being challenged, our own included, for everyone to begin to find a balance without fear. Fear is what, as we are all creators, is what's creating that fear and hatred. Mother speaks often to me about the hatred in the world. And we must choose to not see that in people. When it is there, like Jesus told us a few times ago, choose to see the love instead. Choose to change that in that misperception. Choose to see the love. Every heart is created by Mother Mary. So there is always love for every soul. We, on a collective, must begin to become that which holds an open arm to those who become willing to want to know more about themselves, that want to begin to grow more. There's always more growth. You must just be willing. And we ask for the air to clear. Our inhale and our exhale bring about a purity in our air of the world. Did you know that with each breath you could have one small iota of a breath from around the world and not even know it's there? You don't know where your breath little pieces come from. You could have one of Jesus every day. You don't know. Or of God. So when we breathe, we must begin to give it the importance that it is. We are alive because of our breath. Think about that. So we must be with more intention on how we breathe deep in the body. Inhale, expanding your lungs. Exhale, lifting up the girdle of the body, letting it be strong and holding you no matter what confronts you. Let there be no fear. Let there be nothing that you cannot accomplish. Let there be freedom each step that you take. And freedom itself is a powerful world as Saint Germain comes here on my right in his violet. Let's call forth the violet flame, not only up through ourselves, but we know the world lies within us, and let's purposely bring and engulf the earth, the world, in the violet flame, transforming, burning up karma, letting there be friendship and community, letting there begin to breathe harmony on another level and scope that we have not any of us ever seen. And the word understanding comes to me. And what does understanding mean? It begins to allow your higher consciousness to formulate itself, to have a deepening in the scope of what's around you, within you, and transforming you. And when understanding comes that this is a different time, a different space, that you don't lose one aspect of you, you grow, it transforms, it becomes more, which allows you to become a greater asset in your world as you think with a great level of motivation, not only for you, but as it is within you, it is without a lot of other people that also get touched by it. And then that is how we change the world. We cannot be quiet and hide ourselves because that is what the ego wants us to do. Shh, don't tell anyone what you know. And no, don't tell people what you know. Be what you know. That is the message. Inhale, exhale, and be the light. Continuously through your journey, you will be required and asked to choose the light. Continually choose the light. For the greatest issue in our world is the fight of light versus dark. And we must choose the light of Mother and Father, ever so strongly, the strongest light in the world, in the universe. So when these choices come to you, choose the light. You will never regret it. You will never regret it. So let's dust off those boots that is the traveler, that's been places you yet don't even remember, and that will go places that you can't imagine. And let's let the light fill those boots and support them in love and harmony with protection. And for those who feel it's theirs, pick up your, I want to say sphere, I want to say wand, and I want to say your stick, whatever it is that's yours. Let it be that which bolsters this desire to be the motivator, to move through the world full of light, and to allow it to be heard and to seen through you. And in this, can we all begin to feel the earth is changing? The weakness does not lie within ourselves anymore. The weakness lies with that which does not choose light. So as we step forward and we feel strength, and we can imagine truth, and we are at peace knowing that each day truth changes, because it is as you grow. Let it be so. Yes. Yes, and then the wind blows. And Master Babaji brings you the whispers of the truth. He has lived here a very long time in his enlivened state. And he has learned to love all. And in loving all, to that depth of loving the self, you may listen to other people and their troubles, but they are not troubles. They are the lesson. They are the evolution. They are the tumble of the journey that is allowing for the growth to occur. Yes. And finally, let's bring in the pink ray from Orion with beautiful pink, many depths of pink color crystals shining bright, touching upon the cells. As you are, so all the world shall be. And as you allow this ray of love to come and to become you, so will the earth around you, through you, for you, and for all those that we know as people. And for all extraterrestrials, as they will begin to show themselves to us. They can be friends. Follow your heart. Follow the light. And you will be safe. Many blessings. Well, good morning, everyone else, for joining us. We were sharing a prayer with the world, wanting to deserve peace and harmony and balance. Thank you, Chase. She felt an instant shift of the energy. Thank you for sharing. It was powerful. I could see the vision of where we started did not exist anymore. So I agree with you. And this is the simplicity of you in your daily lives. When you become troubled or concerned, take a breath. Bring in that pink light. Bring in the light you feel aligned to, whether it's green or yellow, and allow it to touch those parts of you who for a moment become lost, and let that redefine itself. Redefine itself. So I want to go to Oracle cards and let's see what shows now after we did that prayer for the world. Okay. Because I believe everyone here is a starseed. Well, you saw me pick this card. First of all, I want you to be taken by the pink color and all the crystal lights in it. Isn't that amazing what we just did? And it says, longing for home, homesick for the stars. You know, there's many places that live in peace. Maybe some of you have lived there before. Maybe that is your longing. But if that is true, so be it that you have the capacity to hold that truth for others. You see? Let me see what else this card means. A yearning for a home or a place to which we cannot return. This unexplainable, unshakable longing for home is common in starseeds and old souls. Perhaps you've had it since birth. For some, it's a distant memory of a planet, galaxy, or star system in the universe that their soul remembers and yearns to return to. That's what I picked up. A place they have experienced more than earth. For others, it's a longing for the unity of source, a remembering of the interconnected oneness. This yearning can lead some starseeds to travel, searching all corners of the planet to find a physical place that feels more like home. For others, it can manifest as a need to find home in people, community, and relationship, a journey to find somewhere they truly belong. So you're being called to anchor all of your presence and your personality and your soul and your spirit in the here and now, to fully commit to living in this life right now, to commit to putting 2 feet completely in. And I love the way they said that, because it's not that you're ever losing a part of you. It's all beginning to come together and all beginning to have a voice and a life. So, no mistakes. That pink ray from Orion is exactly what you all need to bring you in to remember the truth. So let's see if I have any questions. Good morning, Annie and Marby. Thank you for joining us. So I do have a contest this week for a half-hour session. I'm going to write down everyone who comes, and you get 1 mark for every time you come. And whoever has come the most, and if there's a number of you that have, then we'll pick a name. But whoever it is gets a half-an-hour healing session. Take a minute and write everybody down. Okay, good. 4 people. Seems like more, doesn't it, when all the talking comes in? Well, I don't know about you, but not that I felt bad, but that makes me feel better knowing we have to give up what we concern about what's happening. We have to trust that God and all that he has in his capacity is going to make everything in the highest and best for all of us if we ask. That's what a prayer's for, to have participation, to want to be a participant in that which is in the decisions. Now, let's say, for instance, the fires are burning and the things are flooding and nobody prays. There would not be an understanding to God that many are needing participation. So why do we pray? That's exactly why we do, to let God know on that inner vessel of connection that you each have to him. Listen, we need help. These people need help. And we know that God has the capacity to help all people and desires to. He sent us out on this journey, and that's why he and Mother are so close, because they're constantly watching over all of us. And they're there before you even know it. But the prayer gives the participation. Participation is a huge word to really take and to understand inside yourself about all things. How are you participating? When are you participating? And what does it do? What's the reaction? Not only within yourself, but in those around you. So let's see if we can start a little conversation here. Any comments? And we did, in the beginning when you weren't here, ask for the Florida people who I watched this morning. They just have nothing there where their home was. And we wonder why that would happen, right? Especially if it were us. Why would that happen? Well, unfortunately, it does speak to something within them each that they have to either learn as an individual, or it could be as a collective community. You know, there's a lot of different levels you can learn lessons at. It's your own, it's a collective, It's a state. It's a world. I mean, there's so many levels that you could be participating, and most people don't ever understand that and know why. But there was a strange wobble that day that all of a sudden it happened and made that change. And we'll never understand it all. But I certainly offer my greatest love to all of them to be patient and go within their heart. And it's not about not taking action. It's being able to be guided by your heart. Where do you go? What do you do? And make one step and one foot go after another, and you will be guided where you need to be. Sometimes there's some patience involved, because patience is another huge word that on the journey of ascension is very, very much required. So when you don't know, my teacher would tell me it's the best place to be, because then you learn to surrender, and you learn patience, and you learn that God always comes to you with an answer. If you don't know at some point in time, you will never know those things, because you'll always be wanting or anticipating. And those are all things that push things away. So, yes, we want to believe. I found my pillow of believe written on it from Christmas, and I put it out on the couch now. Why not believe? Remind myself every day to deepen my belief. No matter who you are or what your circumstance is, you can always believe more. You can always have more of God's love touch you and change your life. Bless you, if you want to call it that. But God can do miracles. I've seen them, had them happen. There's a lot to get excited about. You're not out there in the world alone with no one working for you. It doesn't work that way if you become in the energy of the light. There's Mother and Father and Jesus and all the ascended masters and an enormous amount of angels that can be dedicated to you for whatever reasons you need. If it's physical, for healing, but we tend to want other people to heal us. That whole victimization is huge in the world. And I hope that that's not part of what the Florida thing is. It's come a time when people want to be a victim and be taken care of, because it doesn't work that way. You have to make steps in the pain and let the pain work itself out. And I'll try to say that differently if that didn't come across well. But let's say if you injure your foot, if you just sit and look at it, it's not going to get any better. We know there's physical therapy. There's things you have to do to have the transformation in that foot. It's no different than your heart. No different. You have to be actively choosing change, because it's going to happen whether you like it or not. That's the fact. To try to stop it is more painful than moving through it, which will be a relief and a greater peace. It's always the truth. In all the years I've been doing this, I've never seen it not be true. So, whatever level you want to, you can trust me. Because remember, our first card was our wishes come true. The world is our oyster. What does that mean? That means wish and create it. For you are a part of God, and you do have His creation capacity. What is it that you want? You can never ask for bad things, but in the good things, God will support you. So, any question before I go? Well, I hope that helped everybody. I know our prayer was powerful because I could feel it shift. And I hope you all let yourself have a wonderful day. How many enjoyed the full moon last night? Here it was very interesting. It's exactly what I'm talking about. There were very dark clouds everywhere last night. So we had planned to sit outside to see the moon. We saw it the night before. It was just a radiant gold. So I said, oh, look, it's starting to come up. And it bumped up to darkness. And it went up, and you could see it through the darkness. And within an hour, it had cleared all the way up to the sky, and it was a clear sight of the moon. Mistake? No, I didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. It's that light of the moon made a transformation in the energy. It was amazing. And then there was the reflection in the water. It's amazing to watch it all in action. You know, we could have sat there, oh, we don't get to see the moon. But it wanted to see us, just like it was wanting to see you. So I hope a lot of you thought about that and got to watch the full moon. And Barbie says, oh, yesterday it was my birthday, and my kids threw me a surprise party. How wonderful is that, Barbie? Happy birthday. I'm sure it's a special day because you were born. How wonderful is that? Yes, yesterday was a powerful day. Wow. A surprise party. How that must uplift your heart. Yes. Sometimes until you get older, you don't realize the magic that your children are. And if some people could only know and realize that one day they're going to have the yearning for that, and maybe it's not there. So I'm so thrilled for you, Barbie, that you were so gifted by your children and by your own heart to be in so much of a loving space that they felt it and wanted to return it to you. How beautiful is that? So, blessings to the world today and to all of you. We got our contest going, a half-an-hour session. Someone's going to get it. Unless you all say you don't want it, that's all right. I would. So, until tomorrow's Tuesday, I will be here. Hopefully, you will be here. Many blessings. Uh-oh. It was beautiful. Oh, her party. That's wonderful. I hope you took pictures and you have that memory. That would be great. And 1133, powerful number. All right. Blessings, everybody. Have a great day, whether you're working or enjoying life. Let it be to the fullest. Many blessings.